What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Alex Cuesta Show. How's everybody doing out there on this Wednesday, September 24th, 2025? Episode number 179. Dave, are we still here?
For right now, it lost on me saying things before, so maybe it'll kick out again. There's a cat in my room right now, so if I randomly go away, it's because the cat probably hit something.
You're a weird human, but we just don't know. We were supposed to start the show like one time already, and it just kind of freaked out.
Yeah.
First time Restream's ever done anything like this to us. It's been fantastic besides that, but hopefully we can get through a full show and have fun. Caveat ties, what's going on? How are you?
Caveat.
But we are here. We're back. David, like I said before, you're my freaking torturer, and you are here. Hi.
Hello.
You destroyed me last week with the friggin' video that you made me watch. I etched it out of my brain already.
You will get more. You will definitely get more.
And no, I hate you so much for it. And for those of you that didn't keep score at home, last week I watched a video about, what was the person's name?
Your movie sucks.
Yes. And that he's a furry ass weirdo. And that's all you need to know about that. I was tortured. I did a reaction video. It was fun and terrible and awful at the same time. And every time we don't have a guest, David is just going to figure out another way to fucking torture me. That's all that is going to happen. So that is that. 2 weeks ago, we had on Ed McRae, who is a Disney historian and things like that. It was lots of fun talking to him. And yeah, we had a great time. So wherever you're watching from, we appreciate it. YouTube, X, Facebook, Kick, Twitch, all the good stuff. Give us a like, share, follow, leave a comment. If you're listening to this later via podcast form, 5 stars is all that's allowed. Otherwise, David is going to bomb you with those stupid fucking videos. And we will just be mad at you. And you don't want us mad at you because then we cry like babies. That is how this works. But this week, we're excited because as I typically do, David knows, I'll listen to some of like my favorite podcasts and then I'll be like, I like that person. Let me see if I can go ask them. And I just poach guests because, I mean, if they're good enough for my favorite shows, hopefully that they'll grace us. And we are fortunate that one of those guests is gracing us here.
Yes.
He is Mitsu. And I'm not going to say your last name because I can't pronounce it. So
that's okay.
How are you?
It's a pleasure to be on the show. Thank you so much for having me, gentlemen. It's been a lot the past couple of weeks, especially after being on Side Scrollers. I know you reached out and we were talking back and forth, just trying to figure out what sort of common ground we could have. And like I said, I just appreciate the time to come on the show and talk with you guys today.
Of course.
I appreciate your patience at the beginning of this. Like, it was like, it's always fun. It's awkward too, because like in the beginning, we always start off with our guests at the side, we do our spiel, and then it was like randomly popped up like, yeah, Restream just told you to piss off. And we didn't know what to do. But we're here. We're at it.
That's the magic of live TV. Like or live podcasting, whatever you want to call it. You can't, technical things are going to happen. You just roll with it. Who cares?
Absolutely. So Mitsu, you are a Twitch streamer. What type of content, if anyone wants to jump onto your Twitch, what type of content can people expect to see?
So generally when I go live for a long time, especially when I got started, I played a lot of video games. I played a lot of League of Legends. But one of the games that really people started to come back and watch me play was in the Borderlands series. I played a lot of Borderlands 2. I got very deeply involved in their community. I have a lot of love for Borderlands and Gearbox that made Borderlands, the entire series and everything like that. They just came out with Borderlands 4. I haven't played it. A lot of things transpired between Borderlands 2 and now that kind of soured me to certain aspects of the company, but those are more personal things, I would say, on certain respects. Other things are like the game is buggy. That is true. You should definitely consider that before you buy Borderlands 4, honestly. But for me, I just loved being in the gaming community, and if you were to tune into my show, you would expect ridiculous voices. You would expect tons and tons of musical references when it comes to me singing K-pop. Maybe just one K-pop song. Actually, that's true. There's a boss.
Have you watched the new K-pop
I
Demon
knew
Hunters?
he was
I have to
gonna
ask.
fucking bring it
I have
up.
to
I
ask.
knew he was
Listen,
gonna fucking bring it up.
I've like K-pop already, but this has brought my daughters into the world of K-pop. Okay, so have you seen the movie? Do you like it?
No. So everybody has been trying to get me to watch it because they know my history, because I used to do SNSD Girls Generations G while killing Master G, the boss, in Borderlands 2. So like the people who have put those together are like, how did he do that? And it's like, oh no, yep, mommy, no, yep. It's like I'm killing this boss in real time while I'm singing this song. I also don't speak Korean. I took Japanese and German like a dumbass who was like, oh cool, I'm all about America, but I'll take the Nazi languages. Some fucking moron.
You're an Axis sympathizer over here.
What
do we have on?
God, and what's even funnier is I'm half Jewish and half Roman Catholic, and my father is Polish. So like, so just figure me out. Nobody can. I can't figure myself
out. The
Polish
Expeditionary Force was badass during World War II. They were Spartans over there. They were awesome. But I'm a history major. I love World War II. So that was one of the things I studied. My professor was big about that. But
100%.
So why won't you watch K-pop Demon Hunters? Is it one of those things
that
people are asking you and you just won't do it because you're getting asked?
Well, that is part of it. I am very big on spite, and I shouldn't do that. I should watch it.
For this.
I will say this. Here's the thing: you don't have to watch it, but and the music is fine. I like the music; it's good. It's Americanized K-pop, and they're bringing that to an American audience. But I will say, for a movie going like someone that, if you like movies and stuff like that, I know you do. It has one of the better streamlined stories in a long time.
Yeah.
It flows well, it makes sense, and it has a good ending. It's not even just for the fact that it's like, oh, K-pop, hey, like it's just good. It's on the level of like some of like the newer DreamWorks movies where it's just been good stories. That's it. Like good stories, they make sense, they have a good ending, and K-pop Demon Hunters is a good blend of action. The singing's good. It has a lot of those anime things that if you're an anime fan, has those tropes where my daughter's asked, like, why are they eating ramen so fast? I'm like, guys, anime. Like that's it. So
one day you'll learn that skill too. Trust me.
Oh my god, you need to just.
You had them watch Dragon Ball. I would think they would know by now.
I did. They've been watching it. They've been watching the original Dragon Ball, not Dragon Ball Z. The original. I'm starting them young from the original one. It's so freaking good.
How far in are they?
Well, the thing is, so I have to get mad at Hack because I got kicked out of his Crunchyroll. Our buddy Hack No Cap, not you. Our buddy Hack No Cap. I got kicked out of his Crunchyroll. So we are just finishing the 23rd, 22nd Budokai Tenkaichi. 22nd, I think. He just finished. He's Jackie Chun, I think, just won. So we're moving on from Jackie Chun winning. And So yeah, we are. Yeah, you forgot he was called Jackie Chun.
I forgot his name was Jackie Chun.
Yeah, Roshi goes in disguise if you don't know. But I think that's where we are. So we're fairly deep in. And she's enjoying it. She loves Little Goku, my older one. My younger one has no interest in it. My older one enjoys Little Goku and stuff like that. So, but she's not into Sailor Moon yet. I'm trying to get her into Sailor Moon. Sailor Moon is fantastic.
It's fantastic, but it can be an acquired taste. You know, you could go any different way. All of a sudden, you could turn around one day and you wake up and she's fucking watching Trigun.
Yeah. Hey, listen, that's all just like the anime, like, you know, Toonami and the Night Toonami, like Trigun, Rurouni Kenshin, all that stuff. Like, I remember when I was in college, David knows this. I had the Funimation channel. It was like on my package of our TV. So I like got introduced to like Eden of the East, Black Butler, Maka and Test. And it's like just so many good D Gray Man. And my favorite anime ended up being Casher and Sins. Casher and Sins is fantastic. It's a great dystopian. And it's like, I just got to nerd out and weeb out. My like roommates will be like, you watching anime again? It's like, you know I am, bitches. Like, get out of my room. Like, I'm drinking beer and I'm watching anime. What is there?
What do you want from me? Go away. I've got work to do.
Yeah. And now my other friend is a police officer, and he's just like, you need to give me a new anime to watch. I'm sitting in the squad car. It's one of my same roommates. He's like, I have no idea what to watch.
He's just scrolling on his phone through Crunchyroll apps. Check that one off. Check it. Wow, that's a great way to go through your backlog.
It's so good. It's amazing. So I want to jump into some of our fun stuff today. Now, Dave, I know nothing about this because I said to you guys before, since Charlie Kirk was assassinated by a psycho-ass leftist, I have kind of disconnected. I put out, my thing about him. I wrote about it, and I did my episode talking about it. Melee K jumped on, and Charisma's awesome. And I did a vent session. David knows. I was like, I need to do something, and it was a late night vent session. Kay came on, and she talked with me, and I kind of felt better. The situation still sucked, but I just felt better. I got shit off my chest. But then from there, I was like, I don't want to listen to anything. I don't want to watch side scrolls as much. I love it. I don't want to listen to Glenn Beck, who I like listening to. I don't give a fuck about Timcast. I love his guests, but I don't care. I don't want any of it. And I was randomly scrolling through YouTube, and one of our former guests, Master at the TDS, does Gothic therapy with Writing Raven, his wife, and was watching it, and they had the topic of The Witcher, going to be terrible, season 4, blah, blah, blah. And I'm reading the comments, and all of a sudden there's people like, fuck The Witcher, Andrea Sapkowski stole this from Michael Moorcock, Elric of Melniboné. And I was like, I've never heard of that. So I looked up Elric of Melniboné, and it's a 24-hour audiobook, and I'm like, I'm in. I don't give a shit about anything anymore. So that's what I've been listening to, and it's been fantastic. But David, that all gets around to this. What the fuck are we talking about with Google admitting to censorship?
Very roundabout way to one of the big stories, at least in YouTube circles, I would say. Yes. And that's Google admitting to the Biden admin pressing it to censor some COVID-19 content and probably other things. Now, to be quite honest, there was during that whole Twitter files thing, there was the whole info that came out about backdoor portals that were being used by the government, if you remember that. There was also when Mark Zuckerberg went on Joe Rogan and said the government forced us to do this, certain things. So while this is something that, especially if you've been paying attention, if you were not leftist, to be quite honest, you don't have to be right wing, but you saw this happening to a bunch of people, and you already kind of knew things like this were going on. But this has been pretty big, especially since YouTube said they're allowing people that were once censored to come back in some manner. But to be quite honest, a part of me is just like, well, this is also Google and YouTube just kind of pushing they're trying to push their blame onto the Biden admin. While the Biden admin deserves it, it's also Google and YouTube that they said they fought back, but it doesn't really seem like it that much. They seem pretty happy to censor certain people on things and to also push others. So, Mitsu, I don't know how much you saw about this, but what did you think about this whole story coming out?
Yeah, censorship on my internet. It's more likely than you think.
Yeah,
it doesn't surprise me at all that a lot of companies, Google included, made the decision to go ahead and mask certain information coming out for everybody when COVID was happening. My ex-wife is Canadian, actually. So on top of everything else that was happening, I had to be familiar with laws pertaining to here in the United States and everything that was going on and stuff that was going on over there. And I don't need to tell you and your viewers, you know how far left Canada is. I had to get both shots in order to just cross the border.
Yeah, it's not surprising.
Yeah, not surprising.
Exactly. I will say this much, though. It was a lot of fun because I had all the airports to myself. So that part was cool.
Yeah. I drove a truck as a job for a bit, and during that time, I wasn't one of the people locked away, and the traffic was glorious. I will say that. The silver linings.
It was wild, and to walk around here because I live here in New Jersey, right outside of New York City, and
nice. We're Jersey boys. We're originally from Jersey ourselves.
Oh yeah, I'm up in fucking Summit.
Oh, there you go. Okay. Yeah. Our family was from North Jersey. Dad's from Newark. Mom's from Passaic. So.
My dad grew up in Irvington. I get it.
There you go. Yep. Yeah. So it's all there.
You know. Yeah, I told you. He's Polish. You get it.
I do 100% get it.
Yeah.
So, really quick, I just want to get to some quick comments. I just have to back myself up here. Caveat. K-pop Demon Hunter.
Never getting away.
Also saying, call me shocked about the censorship. No. And then I guess asking you, Mitsu, Twitch would never censor right wingers.
No, never.
Yeah.
Listen, never. I got listen, Google doing this. Okay, so I streamed for a very long time. And you guys are Jersey boys, so you know what it's like in New Jersey. And I'm from Jersey too. And I love all of my friends, all of my peer group. They're very far left wing, but they loved this whole idea of the control of information. And it started, I started streaming on Twitch, and I really did want to get into more political stuff too, because it's just who I am. I'm adopted in everything except for politics. It's the only thing I was born into, really. And it makes it hard when you're surrounded by such left-wing pressure or such pressure just saying you're awful without letting you actually be able to talk about real ideas. And I'm not talking about like the social issues. That's one thing or another thing, and people get emotional about it. I'm talking about just the easy stuff. Like maybe we can't afford to pay a 5% increase on this social program this year. Let's do a 2% increase, or maybe we have to cut back this year. That's a realistic thing to say, and that still makes you a monster. And that it goes back into the censorship of it. And I couldn't have those honest conversations on Twitch for a long time because of censorship, both from the top and from my peer group, who would socially make me feel ostracized for it. And these are just feelings. They're just how it was.
And I feel like on Twitch for a very long time too, it was like you're better off not talking about it because you don't know what was changing and what words were allowed at that time and what words weren't. And it's like, so instead of that, it's like, let's just stick to what works if you're on Twitch. And that was the same thing for the longest time on YouTube and obviously Facebook and stuff. Like Rumble and Kick are a response to those things. And Kick is a little bit too fucking crazy, right? Like Kick needs to have a little bit of regulation, okay? A tiny bit, right?
Rumble can be too, yes. Both of them.
I'll defend Kick on this. Kick didn't expect Raja Jackson to try to kill someone, okay? Like there's certain things that Kick doesn't expect to happen.
No, but the thing is, though,
that was wild.
But you do take responsibility as a platform. So it's like I do understand at times where, and it did, and it's like there does need to be some guardrails, right? Like I think even conservatives acknowledge, like when you want to be free market, there still needs to be few guardrails, right? Like against monopolies, against certain abuses, right? Like we do want to have some of those things, and I think Kick and Rumble need to figure that out. So Rumble is a little better, but I mean, it had to be a time, and I get where you're coming from too, because I've talked about this before. Like, I don't want any pity, but growing up as a Republican in a blue state in a blue area is not easy, right? And being open about it. And David knows I never gave a fuck. I was very open. I was a open person who supported Bush. I didn't care in high school. I was like, he's right. You guys all suck. I was up here in New York at my college when Obama won, and everyone was out in the yard, like hitting the pots and pans. And I'm like, you guys suck. He's a socialist. Like I didn't care ever, but I get it when you're especially since you have a pretty good following on Twitch too. And I'd imagine you were bringing in some change for doing what you're doing. You don't want to hurt that. And I completely understand, but I mean, it's kind of cool now that you have these outlets here on the other side as well. It doesn't have to necessarily only be on your stream either.
And I'm going to talk about this a lot more as time goes on, a little bit more openly, but it was twofold too. I and they're never going to believe this when I bring this up, but I also wanted to protect the people that I was hanging out with, because it wasn't just me that these things came back down on. They started coming back down on everybody that person was affiliated with. And I had a lot of friends that were in the industry that I just didn't want to bring that kind of heat down on. They didn't deserve it. They were good people. They always treated me with respect. And even if I had a difference of opinion with them, I never wanted them to ever feel like they were going to have to suffer because of my opinions. But what's been a little bit freeing is because everything has transpired over the past few years. I've had my personal issues, obviously breaking up with my wife and no longer being part of the gaming industry. That all sounds awful, but at the same time, it's allowed me to detach and realize that now I can freely speak without having to worry about who I might hurt in the process in my personal life. And that really did hold me back because I really didn't want to hurt anybody. I don't want to hurt anybody to begin with. It's not about hurting people. It's about just speaking your truth and making sure that people understand that there is a better way.
And with that, like I said to David, like we were doing the show a little bit before, and it was a little more milquetoast. We weren't like, we would tell our opinions, but we weren't hardcore. We have people on, and I said at one point we were having on Chris Ellison, Billboard Chris, and he was very big at the time. It was when he was really getting popular for wearing the billboard saying kids can't consent to puberty blockers and stuff like that. And it was a big deal. And he agreed to come on the show. And I said to Dave, I'm like, we are now crossing a Rubicon. We are a small show, but we are now, people are, whether or not fans recognize, we're going to be on a list, like a period. Like once you cross this Rubicon, people know who you are. And David agreed, and now here we are. The thing is with us, we interview whoever the hell we want. We talk to who we want. We say generally what we want, and we have no regard for ourselves, it seems like, at all. But I mean, I feel like it's the right thing to do when you're facing not necessarily evil people, right? Because I think some of the people that are just in the movement that think they're like just regular Democrats and regular left people on the left, they don't know that they're the banality of evil, that they are just supporting what the evil leadership knows what they're trying to do. And it's like, we see it now with the guy that shot the bullets at the ICE people today, earlier this morning. And he had written on there anti-ICE. It's like and ended up shooting not even any of the ICE people, shooting 3 migrants, killing 1, and also took his own life. So it's like, didn't even accomplish his goal at all. And you had in Portland, not in Portland, Portland, Oregon, they've been surrounding the ICE facility there, and it's all Antifa Black Bloc, which it's a terrorist organization. I have no idea why the fucking military hasn't been mobilized against them, but because they're a terrorist organization, they're gun. Like there's a reason why you label them that, but
it's a bit more difficult when it's something like an organization such as Antifa, which I mean today they did specifically designated as an official domestic terrorism organization, if I recall correctly. So, but see, the difficulty with Antifa was how they're probably going to struggle now, because for a long time their entire argument was anybody can be Antifa. I can be Antifa. You can be Antifa. Anybody can be Antifa. And they did a really good job of like marketing that to people who didn't really think too hard about it or just accept that prima facie. But if you go back through history, and I know you're a history guy, how long has Antifascisti Action actually been around, old friend?
100 years at least.
And what flags did they use for their symbols? How does it look?
It looks exactly like what we're looking at now. And it's like, and the thing is too, when they look at you, go, aren't you against fascism? Aren't you anti-fascist?
Yeah, it's aren't you against bad thing? I'm good thing. And that's just the argument. That's all it really is. And most people will just accept that because you don't necessarily expect people to just straight up say that and then do bad thing. You know?
It's what is it they call the friend enemy distinction? I think James Lindsay's been talking about it recently quite a bit on Twitter. It's like, oh, okay, well now if Trump says that Tylenol is bad, I'm just gonna go ahead and get pregnant and then pop a whole bunch of Tylenols. And
George Alexopoulos had an amazing, and I love G Prime 85. He had an amazing little Foursquare, his little comic where it was Eve in heaven, pregnant. And God is like, you can eat anything, just not from this tree. And then it goes to the thing, and then all of a sudden she's like, just from here, and she sees a bottle of Tylenol on the tree, and
there
just pounding the Tylenol. David, you found it.
I gotta
go find it. It is G Prime does such good work. He's on top of everything, and George Alexopoulos is one of the more talented people on the right doing this. Dave, did we lose you? Oh no! This is the night of technical difficulties. Are you here, Dave? You're just frozen.
Nah, he's talking to Novels.
And he has the wrong logo. That's my other podcast. Damn it, David. David just not prepared.
Whatever. I'm the least professional streamer in history. That's how I build myself for a long time.
I mean, we're not.
I totally get it.
There's a reason why we do a podcast.
Yeah, what are you gonna do? 5-time drunk stream champion. That was fun.
I mean, but at least you're not high out of your mind and and not a legal streamer that is banging a friend's person like Ricada. But yeah, here it is. this is so good. G Prime is amazing.
That last post.
Yeah.
Wow.
I brought up the cat for a reason. She knocked something down and kicked me out for a second.
Oh, okay.
There it is.
Yeah.
It's always the cat.
This is like G Prime 85 is always on top of it. If you are not following George, you are missing out on some. And follow him on. I see more of his stuff on Instagram than I do on X because it always pops up there. And he's killing it. He's absolutely killing it. So just wanted to talk about that, Dave. Thanks for throwing it up. But
no problem.
But yeah, back on with censorship. Like this is like a little too late, right? Because like you said, we had the FBI files. What was that? Well over a year ago now. It was 2 years ago. The Twitter files. And I mean, do we even give a shit that they admit to it? Like, yeah, we know you were censoring. Like, we get it. It was obvious. Like, what is it? What goodwill is it trying to get you? You can fuck yourself still.
I do think it is a certain step, though, for people to say those types of things. But it's also just, well, like you said, we all knew already for the most part without confirmation, right? But we all knew. And so you say this now, will you actually
No.
be more for free speech this time?
Won't.
And it's just about whether or not we're still railing against it like we were. And one of the reasons I ask certain questions on like the itinerary and stuff like that is because it's a new admin, but they still going to have the same avenues as the Biden admin, no matter how much you might like Trump or not.
So of course,
yes, but I mean, I haven't seen anything like outrageous, obviously, like we saw during the Biden admin, but they still have the same ability to do that. And a lot of governments are going to take that chance if they think they need to stop certain things. If they really think they're that correct, they're gonna do certain things like that. So even though a bunch of us might not like how annoying some people are about Trump, if Google comes out and says something and the Trump admin is being dickheads about it, like it is right to say something again.
of course.
Yeah.
So the question for you guys is, Trump has been very vocal lately, especially with Jimmy Kimmel getting his little vacation, and now he was back, and did his fake cry over, Erica Kirk and her speech, and he did his little blubbering bitch thing the other night, and
Yeah.
Trump came out and is basically like, I'm having the FCC look at all these things because they're basically a campaign arm of the Democrat Party. Oh, do we feel like Trump's crossing a line a little there by basically threatening these networks and these late night shows with the FCC and with their accreditation just because they're very critical and to a point of, they do demonize him. They are a big part of why we're seeing violence in this country, right? Like, I think we can do that. But is it the president's role to not necessarily, I don't mind if he's just using the bully pulpit to be like, dickhead, shut up. But to say we're going to actually use a government arm against your potential accreditation, is that going too far in your eyes, Mitsu, with him basically doing a threat to these networks?
Objectively, it's going too far. It's like it's inarguable because listen, the First Amendment is very simple. El Presidente, you're an idiot. Like that's it. I get to do that, and now he cannot, as a result of me doing that, bring anything back on me.
Yeah.
What happened with Kimmel, I get it. A bunch of people got pissed. If you want to boycott, fine. That's about the money. You're just sending a message. Joker joke there. It doesn't matter. Okay. They wanted to bring him back. Disney thinks they're going to lose more money if they keep him off the air. Fine. That's the reality of it. El Presidente needs to let it go. Yeah. This is not a fight worth fighting, and the political capital that he would have to spend to get a victory is not only going to probably cause a Pyrrhic victory, but he's going to lose so much momentum in the backswing. It's not worth it. It's really not worth it. And it sets a terrible precedent.
I'm okay with him suing if they do anything like major defamation.
Sure.
Defamation wise.
Yeah, if it's defamation, sure.
And that's fine. He's won a few of those. I'm okay with the lawsuit aspect because he's still in his private citizen area. He's allowed to do that, right? If you're defaming him. But I'm with you. I don't like the fact that he's like, I'm going to use part of my executive power as the FCC to threaten, because that is, trying to push speech. So for me, I'd respect Kimmel, Fallon, Myers, all these dickheads more if they go further now. Because that's all you're doing. Like for me, if I'm one of them and I'm already sitting there and that side's cheering me on for doing it, and I hear that, I'm going to go, okay, I'm going to do full episodes now. I'm not going to have a single fucking celebrity on. I'm just going to have I'm just going to have AOC, Ilhan Omar, the whole squad, Bernie. They are only going to be my guests for like a week fucking straight. Everyone on left, Van Jones. I'm going to be a big
You say that, but did you see Stephen Colbert's guest list for this week? Basically, everybody you just listed.
Exactly.
And what are his numbers?
I'm okay with that, though. I'm actually okay with leaning in and being a scumbag.
What? Yeah, because what? Do you want Kimmel off the air faster? Is
that like you say, you're saying you respect him for it, but it's also a way to just get him to fucking use any small viewership he already fucking has. So,
I know your game, you son of a bitch.
Yeah, I was just like, oh, you're saying they're gonna respect him, but he's gonna be fucking out of a job.
Here's the thing: if your job is being under threat anyway for a perceived thing, lean in, right? Because you don't want to go in and then just start going and being milquetoast or pretending to be on the right. Like we all know they hate Trump. We all know that they are leaning left, and that's what they want to do. They make all of their opening monologues about him. So you know what? go hard. Like I was like, yeah, they're all going to get fired anyway. They all suck.
I agree in principle, but if you wanted to keep your show and still keep a modicum of ratings, I don't think that's the right way to
ratings?
go.
Oh,
Kimmel was getting 129,000 in the key demo. That isn't ratings.
If we really want to go here, I could go here. You might not like it, but we really go here. So the truth is, and you as a wrestling fan, both of you, like you know this, TV's dying.
Oh, 100%.
It's
That's the reason why
like,
wrestling's had to move from 3 different things in 3 different years.
Exactly.
The numbers aren't there. They're fake.
Yeah. And so TV is dying, and late night TV is dying, and it's dying off because all of the older folks, who generally are the people who make up late night TV, are also dying off.
Yes.
And I'm hard pressed to believe that some of these guys aren't talented enough that if they eventually get taken off wherever they are, they'll go and maybe find some measure of success on Netflix or somewhere else. I'm saying it because they have a fan base, they have a fan base, and they have a financial backing, and there will be people who will bankroll whatever they decide to do next.
And if they
unless they're buried and give up.
If they can keep 25%, if there are 200,000 viewers on TV and they keep 25%, that's a good podcast. You're getting you're getting 10,000 per show or whatever. That's good numbers. You're making money on that.
And that's just off of them. You're also figuring out who they're going to bring in and where those people are going to go if you manage to keep them on whatever platform they wind up going, and how that filters down to every other show. And they tell me trickle down's a lie. Fuck you. So like I don't want to ever discount out anybody, because it's never over until you're in the ground or you just straight up quit. And I don't think any of these guys are going to quit, but they're all going to go. And so when I see them doing this, all I really see at the end of the day is Colbert knew this was the end of the road. Colbert knew there was no more money for shows like this. And Colbert knew there was never going to be shows like this, probably ever again, at least on television in its current form. And Paramount knew what was coming, and everybody knew it was coming. So they created a story. They just made a story about how Trump is responsible for this, and he got Colbert kicked off the air. And that presents an antagonist, and it makes everybody able to save face, because now when they get rid of Colbert can go to his next project and be like, see, this is the rebirth of Stephen Colbert on my new platform. Come check me out. And CBS still seems like the good guy, because they're like, our hands are tied. We had to get rid of him because of El Presidente.
Yeah. Yeah. 100%.
It all makes sense.
And full turn, it's going to be Jon Stewart doing a show, and Colbert is going to be his guest every once in a while. That's how it's going to go full circle, like the Daily Show. Because honestly, thing is, it's funny too, because like I know people that worked around Colbert when he was doing the Daily Show and stuff, and they're like, Colbert was actually a Republican. He was the reason why he played the Republican pundit so well is because he was a conservative for a little while.
Yes.
And I know people in his personal life that are like, he still is fairly conservative in a lot of his leanings. He just knows what the network wants at the same time.
He knows what people want.
He
knows where his butter is breaded.
I feel like he's one of those guys that may have voted for Trump 3 times and just won't say it. Like, there's a lot of people.
Very possible.
There's a lot of people like that. So, I mean, I'm with you guys. David saying that David died. David's fucking gone. we don't need him anyway. He's just here to be mad at me and torture me and things like that. But so Google admitting the censorship is whatever. It's nothing surprising. But let's go to something that never censors, never lets us down, and never disappoints. AAA gaming.
Oh, I thought you were going to say Rick Astley.
I'm never going to give you. There you go. But no, so AAA gaming is, again, you want to speak of something that's dying? The AAA brand is on its way out, because following in Nintendo's lead, they're deciding that $80 games, prices going up is the way to go. As we just saw I don't even know how much, what was it? Silk something, that the stream one that broke stream for like a week, Silk Song, I think it was.
Hollow Knight Silk Song, I think it was.
Yeah. They basically broke stream for like 2 days straight. And that game is not expensive. It wasn't crazy. No. These companies aren't learning. So you were in that AAA sphere. how do you feel about what they're doing? Because I think 2K is on the way out because people don't want to pay for roster updates. And when they try to improve it, they make the game worse. That's the same thing with Madden. That is so. How do you feel about these AAA games? Are we going to be seeing AAA dying and maybe trying to re-rise somehow? Like, what are we going here with gaming?
You know what happened in 1983?
Was that the gaming crash?
Sure was.
Yeah. Huh?
It sure was. It happened because games started to have absolutely, positively no quality control checks over what was being put out. What they were doing back in the day is anybody could create a game for a console whenever it came out. And as a result, you wound up with games. I'll just throw it out there because it really is the reason the crash happened. E.T.
E.T. I fucking hate that game. I was young and I got in the hole and never got out. I can never get out of the fucking hole.
Yeah. And it's a terribly unintuitive game. Nobody liked it. And it was, if I recall correctly, it was returned, which back in the day, like returning a video game was like unheard of. And they took every copy that was unsold and they buried it in the New Mexico desert, and it became an urban legend essentially until they eventually went and dug it up, and it is true. So we bring it back around.
Yeah. Yeah.
Why do I bring this up? Because I have been asking for about 10 years for another Crash 2. Because it's been a long time coming at the very highest levels of the gaming sphere. It is bloated and overweight, and there's too many cooks in the kitchen. And what winds up coming out more often than not is unplayable gray slop. And it doesn't matter what veneer you put over it. It could be Battlefield 6, it could be Borderlands 4 at the end of the day, and they could be wonderful games to play, but they always struggle from issues. And after a time, you put them down and they're soulless, and you go and play something else like it's a potato chip instead of a timeless experience. And games have not felt like that for a long time.
That was the value of games, and that's what initially I think hooked all of us into games, the replay value, right? Like, I could pick up and play Toe Jam and Earl every day, and it would be the funnest fucking game ever. Like, I love Toe Jam and Earl on Sega. I could pick up, the Ren and Stimpy games, the Aladdin game, Space Harrier 2, like all these games. Like, I was a Sega guy more than a Nintendo guy. I like my Nintendo, but my cousin had the NES, so I didn't need it. I had Sega, so I could play all of these games, the Sonic games. God, I don't know how many controllers I broke from Sonic, but it's like you don't do that anymore. The
nature of what makes a video game challenging has changed too.
They're not hard anymore. God of War, when God of War gave you fucking hints, that drove me crazy. God of War was a puzzle game at its heart, and I think that's what made God of War, like, people look at the revolutionary gameplay, right? Because the way you swung the weapons and fought, that was fairly new. The push button to do the big moves to the bosses, that was fairly new. But for me, what made God of War stand out from, Devil May Cry and things like that was it was a puzzle. You got lost and you would get pissed off. You turn the game off and turn it back on, and it would figure it, like. And there's been 2 games, I think, in recent history right now that I see that have legitimate value to replay. Skyrim, because people still go back and play Skyrim, and Grand Theft Auto 5, because the online is just vast. Every other game is just kind of, you pick it up, you play it, okay, done with it. Never want to look at it again.
So I just want to point out, because you brought up a good point about Grand Theft Auto 5. I'm going to ask 2 very simple questions. Number 1, how long was it between Grand Theft Auto 5 and Grand Theft Auto 6?
We're still waiting.
Right. It would, I want to say it's probably been what, 13 years, 14 years?
At least.
Estimated?
Yeah.
Chat's probably going to yell at me and give me the actual number. And then number 2, how much does Grand Theft Auto 6 cost?
If it's $100 game, people will pay it happily.
Oh, no. I mean, how much did it cost to make?
Oh, probably $500 million at least. At least.
$2 billion.
$2 billion?
$2 billion.
They're going to make every penny back.
I know they're going to make everybody a penny back. That is not what I'm specifically saying. Now I'm saying you are setting a standard that in order to be a AAA game, in order to compete in a AAA development environment on that level, in order to produce whatever Grand Theft Auto 6 looks like, whatever features it has, you got to drop $2 billion. And I will also tell you this right now. I remember about probably we'll say 10, 12 years ago, and this is going to horrify you when I say this. I remember it was discussed what it would take to beat World of Warcraft as a base floor investment.
Yeah.
And the number was $2 billion then.
Holy shit. And just look at it too, right? Because you look at that and Fortnite, which started off as a zombies clone that you built instead of just shot, and I can't imagine cost a ton to make, is now the biggest game on the planet.
Well, and then the Battle Royale was just a testing thing, really.
Yeah.
That's why they put it out for free. It wasn't necessarily anything.
It wasn't supposed to be the big thing at all, and it's changed first-person shooters forever.
You had to attack games like that asymmetrically. World of Warcraft was never going to be beaten by another MMO.
Yeah.
Ever. Yep. It's not going to happen on a one-to-one basis. So the only way you could ever tackle it was to go at it through the ways that wound up happening, which was going through Dota as an invention, which then led to League of Legends and all the offshoots that led to that, because PUBG is based on that, which then leads to Fortnite.
Yep.
There it is.
And PUBG is objectively a better game.
Yes, I love PUBG.
It is objectively a better game, but it was just way too buggy. It could not handle the server size, where Fortnite put a shit ton of money into servers, even not having that at the time, and Fortnite just ran better. And then
the other issue is the graphics, the cartoony appeal to kids and everything like that wound up serving it very well in the long run, because the cross market potential that they have with all of their crossover events now have just blown everything out of the water. And I don't even like Fortnite, and you have to at least give them credit for that one.
Yeah, I said that because I don't play Fortnite at all. Yeah. But like, I saw the recent Power Rangers trailer they put out, and the way those skins look in the game, it's like, that's fucking perfect.
And the
like,
fact
they got the soul of it. They got the soul of it perfectly. And Fortnite, with like almost any of the IPs that end up going into Fortnite, they treat it better than a lot of companies do when they're trying to bring it back or continue it. So I got to give them that, man. Fortnite really tries. They put in the effort, and it shows.
Well, when you got Fortnite money, you can afford to.
That's true. But you have Disney money, and apparently you can't do Star Wars. So
it still feels to me like there's nerds that help start Fortnite, that help run Fortnite. Like, it still feels that way, because like David said, when they get certain properties that are like nerd properties, they treat them well, right? And you have to be a gatekeeping nerd to understand what you're supposed to do, right? So it's like, they didn't give us fucking Dino Force Power Rangers. They gave us Power Rangers. Like, they gave us the original
Sentai, homie.
Yeah, they gave us the original Japanese ripoff, where the American actors were only there just to talk. They didn't do any of the fighting. But but it's something like that. And so when the crash occurs, because the crash is coming, and again, not going back to side scrollers forever, but Craig says this all the time, that the bloat is insane. When you're paying 200 people $100,000 a year to work on one little thing,
bring my own comment up for that.
There you go. Then David not patting himself on the back at all there.
I 100% am.
It's going to cost these $300, $400, $500, $600, $700,000 billion-dollar games because of that bloat that you mentioned, Mitsu. And it's only going to come to a matter of time. But my question to you is, has Valve done enough with Steam to at least keep that there? When the crash happens, when AAA dies, is Steam still going to be there? Because I think Valve is a borderline AAA, if not a AAA company. They are massive. They have a ton of money now. If they wanted to be AAA, they could at this point in terms of the games they make. They will never give us a third game of anything ever, because they're fucking assholes. But
little faith.
Yeah, I think it's coming. I heard Half-Life Alyx was good VR wise. I heard it was. I never played it.
If Valve ever gives us a third game of anything, then I know they are done as a company. I know that they are going the way of Bethesda. They gave in.
No, that's when you know economic times are tough, because then they'll actually need to.
Yeah.
And that time is actually coming. Gaben said he was back in the game a couple of years ago, but he says that shit all the time. He's a fucking liar. He's supposed to be going before Congress too. He probably ain't getting off his yacht to do that, because he's making more money than God. Fucking.
I'm just happy that Valve hasn't sold Steam to any, because I know Sony has been trying to buy them forever. And that they haven't sold it. It kind of gives us the heart, like between them and GOG, there is something that gamers can kind of like latch onto at all times, right? So when the crash occurs, do you think those are going to still be safe? Things like GOG, things like Steam, or are they going to feel a
100%.
big effect off of that?
So two things. One, Half-Life is the greatest game that ever will be made in the history of mankind. And that's how long I've been following their work, technically beforehand, because...
When you say Half-Life, are you just saying the first? Are you saying 2? Are you saying?
Oh, I'm saying number 1. Number 1
Okay,
is the
I just
best
want to
game
make
of all
sure.
time.
I just want to make sure. Go
Yes.
ahead.
Number 1 is the best
hard
game of all time. Then is Ocarina. Then is Half-Life 2, and then you can start debating. But that's the unquestionable
I
list
like
of
that.
greatest games
I
of all
like
time.
that. So much in there. He
Yeah.
said it with so much confidence.
I am very practiced at this. I have opinions. I've been playing video games since I was literally in diapers, 2 years old. And here's the twist to that story too that makes all the liberals very mad. It was my mother's fault. It's her Nintendo. It's her Atari, and she kicked my ass at Super Mario Brothers.
Yep.
So blame her.
Yep.
For my gaming addictions.
David won't remember this. Our mother was better at games than my dad by a lot. And there was a game, Last Battle, which I didn't know was based off Fist of the North Star when I was younger. I didn't know Last Battle was Kenshiro because they changed all the names and things. It was a hard fucking game, right? And we would get to a pirate ship, which I didn't know. Again, after reading Fist of the North Star, I know where it all is now. But we would get to a pirate level and I could never fucking get by it. And here comes my mom, little Italian 4'11" thing on a good day that never really played the games with us. Never really played the games. We jumped on and was like, here, I'll try to help you. You're getting mad. Runs through the fucking level like it's nobody's business. Beats the final boss. I was like, that was fine. And goes back to doing whatever she was doing. I'm like, here I am, 5-year-old me, mind blown. Like, it was awesome.
Oh my God. You had a grandma's boy moment. That's what just happened there.
Yeah, but it's a fucking sweet car.
It's a fucking sweet car.
Sweet car. You just came on my roommate. No.
God, I love that movie. Wait, what high score? What's that mean? Did I break it?
That's a legendary cult classic movie. And it's like Adam
100%.
Sandler's crew without Adam Sandler, and it was amazing. It was so good. But circling back.
Yes.
Valve, GOG. Is there a safety net there when the crash happens?
So yeah, when it comes to talking about like Gaben and everything he's going to do, we're going back 15 years probably with this one. Gaben once put out a statement, maybe even longer than that, where he specifically was asked if something was to happen to Steam, would he release all of the codes? And he said yes. That was a long time ago.
Yes.
But he is on record at least saying that at least once in the history of man. You could probably look it up and confirm me on that one. So if you're like, will Steam survive? Absolutely, especially because it also has access to cheaper games.
Yes.
The fact that you can go on there and get Silk Song, the platform will never go away because ultimately it's a publishing platform. So we'll never have to worry about that in particular. And Good Old Games, they of course have what they have. GOG will always be taking care of making sure that there are games out there for people to play.
Yes.
So I'm not worried about them specifically, but I look at Take-Two and I wonder Borderlands, GTA 6 will hit and it'll be fine. But then it sets the tone for everybody else. How does EA compete? How does Ubisoft compete? Ubisoft is having to take buyout after buyout from Tencent.
I'm surprised they haven't been completely eaten. At
this point. It's wild they haven't. Yeah.
Tencent's going to stop seeing their value soon because the thing is, it used to be you would keep these companies around because you knew if Ubisoft was put on something, people were going to buy it, right? It was and EA still has that. 2K still has that. Some of these companies still
all Ubisoft has to do is make another Rayman game, similar to like an Astrobot. You're not going to get certain numbers, but you're going to still get good numbers, and the budget won't be that high. It's insane. But
they need to sell Rayman in the worst way.
Yeah.
Rayman is so freaking good.
Also, I just want to put this out there. Caveat is saying Twilight Princess in regards to your list there, Mitsu. What do you think?
Listen, I love the idea of Twilight Princess, and I tried as hard as I could to get through the game, but man, the dog sections for me sometimes just took me out of it and just dragged on for a while. And I don't know why I couldn't get into them as much as I wanted to. It's so traumatic. It's like even when I was playing Hyrule Warriors much later on, and they were like Midna Dark Zone areas, like Twilight Zone areas. I'm like, I don't want to go there. I'm afraid of turning into a dog again. Oh, God.
So, sidebar.
Yeah.
How do you feel like they're going to do on the Zelda movie?
Oh. Movies.
Are they They're live actioning it, right?
Yes.
Live action, and it's an
Okay.
actual girl playing Zelda, an actual boy
Yeah,
playing
they
Link.
put the cast, the Zelda and Link out, and they're pretty unknown if I remember correctly.
Yeah, they're not fairly known. They actually look
Yeah.
like they could play the parts well. Now,
Yeah.
Good.
so do you think that they are going to try to take pieces and elements from the games, or are they going to try and make the original stories?
I think they'll probably try and take bits and bobs. Well, because the whole point about The Legend of Zelda originally was it was just supposed to be a different retelling of the same shit over and over again. And that's essentially what it is. But at some point we were all nerds and we're like, oh, let's attach a timeline to it. Yeah. And Nintendo never really wanted that. But at some point they were like, okay, nerds, we'll just fucking do it for you.
Nerds do nerd things, okay?
Nerds do nerd things all the time. And so like they put that out there, and it wasn't ever supposed to be that way. It was, you're just supposed to take each game as, so if they're gonna take bits and bobs and like put a Frankenstein Zelda movie together, that's just what Zelda is. It's always just a Frankenstein retelling.
So here's a question: does Link speak in the movie?
I hope not. I hope he only goes that. Yeah,
he's definitely going.
He's got a grunt.
No, what I hope he does
grunt, but I think he's definitely going to talk.
I hope that, I forget which game it is, that he whispers in somebody's ear and they say what Link said. It was one game that he, like, you didn't hear him say it. He's kind of went into somebody's ear and they were like, oh, right. I forget what it was, but I hope they use that. He doesn't speak.
What you're talking
I forget which one it was.
Which one? Is it a main line? Or is it like a Spirit Tracks or a...
It might have been like a Spirit Tracks or something. No, Majora's didn't do that.
I'm trying to think.
Pretty sure he didn't.
But there
unless it was like a moment or something like that.
It was one scene. It wasn't long, quick, but it was like he just whispered in somebody's ear. You could see it because he did the hand and everything.
We could throw it all out the window and just have Linkle be it instead. Linkle. I love Linkle.
I mean, you know what's going to happen. Link is going to talk. Link is going to talk.
I know.
And he's going to say goofy, dumb, heroic, stupid shit.
No, he's going to be like, I can't wait to bomb some Dodongos.
Yeah, I was gonna say he's gonna be exactly like Wand of Gamelon and everything like that.
But
my boy.
I kind of want it now. I want it now. I want him to bring up how we can make him do the duck walk. I want it in the movie.
I need a king like Robert Baratheon.
Yeah,
that's what I need. My boy.
I just hope they're wise enough to take notes of what they did with Mario, which people can objectively be happy or bad, but I feel like they all felt like their characters. Sonic has been fantastic for 3 movies.
Yes.
And I will give it credit. Detective Pikachu was really fucking well done. The story was fine. I liked Ryan Reynolds as Pikachu, but the way that they brought the Pokemon up were fantastic. The CGI was really good in that movie. Yeah. And just keep on giving us things that feel like the characters. You can give us a whole new story. You can make Link talk, but as long as it feels and acts like something Link would do. If it feels like something, like if Zelda's in the movie for 16 minutes, that's fine. We don't need to fucking see Zelda because it's about Link. Like, I hope they make the story like it's supposed to be.
Yep.
Zelda there, Zelda gone, Link adventure, hi Zelda. Like, that's it. That's all I want to see. Don't give me Sheik until movie 2 or 3. Do not fucking introduce that in movie 1. That would drive me crazy.
Well, I actually just thought about this now. Since it is a trilogy, they confirmed it's a trilogy.
Yes, they did.
Might actually make it in the form of the Triforce, or one's about Link, one's about Zelda, one's about Ganon. They might do it that way.
I hope not. There is no story about Zelda, okay? It's about Link.
Zelda, yeah, but Zelda can have her moments. Though.
No,
Zelda can have
not until this new game comes out, which Zelda is playable.
Well, no, that already came out, the Chibi one.
Yes, the newer Zelda that's coming out for the Switch 2 is supposed to have more of Zelda playable.
Where did you see that? I
haven't seen any. Yeah, what is it called?
I forget it's gonna kill me now. More of Zelda being playable.
I haven't seen anything about that. Where the hell?
It was early. It was earlier on when they were announcing it.
Listen, the game's shit unless she can do her back kick like it's Smash Brothers.
Yes.
She needs to.
Yeah.
And if she does it in the movie, it's a win.
Yes, or if she spikes somebody in the movie. Totally.
Yes.
Yeah. That would be.
I need somebody to be buried in this movie.
They can't go light on this. They can't go childish on Zelda. That's the thing that they need to realize too. Like, Zelda's serious. Like, Zelda is not like. Link might have been a small little sprite on that Game Boy, but he was fucking people up with this sword. Like, this isn't like this like happy-go-lucky thing. Zelda has always been yeah, he's a sprite, but it's a serious story. It's a serious fantasy story once they got into it.
And they played it both ways though, right? Because they have their goofy characters, they
They
have their
do.
goofy moments,
That's just being Japanese.
well, yes,
Sure.
Like,
very
that's
true.
just a Japanese story. Like that's just them being Japanese. That's how they tell stories.
But yeah, no, it is a grand fantasy story
Yes.
at this, like especially at this point. Like when people think of fantasy, they think of Lord of the Rings, and Zelda's a part of it as well too. So
Zelda's in that lore, 100%.
Oh yeah.
100%. So I'm excited for that. Let's keep it into entertainment here.
Sure.
Are you excited for Lord Voldemort with the vagina?
now it's
Are
not.
they going through with it? Is it
It's not
confirmed?
confirmed.
I know
It's
I'd
not
heard
confirmed.
about it.
It's not
Vagina
confirmed.
vagina
I think
more.
we talked about it, very briefly.
Yeah, but they are auditioning both men and women. I just wanted to bring this up just to piss off Alex, because
I am a Harry Potter fan.
Black Snape is already bad. It's already bad, especially when you came out and saying you wanted to make this more truer to the books as a TV show, and then you go and cast a Black Snape. That's insane. But if you actually do a female Voldemort, like honestly, it would pique my interest more to see how much they're gonna fuck it up.
Yep, start leaning in now. Do the late night fucking television thing. Just lean in at this point. Give me fucking, give me, I don't know, give me whatever.
What do you name her? Tammy Malvaro Riddle? Like what?
It doesn't work.
It doesn't work.
Well,
Even
no,
I know that. I
here's
don't
the
like
thing,
Harry
though.
Potter.
Well, no, here's what you really need to lean into. It's a female Lord Voldemort because Tom Riddle transitioned through his evil phase.
Oh,
So he's still Tom
God.
Riddle, and they just get a dude to play chick Voldemort, confirming that it might be a mental disorder.
They get Hunter
Everything they do
Voldemort.
confirms it's a fucking mental disorder.
What if they do a twist where it's like everybody thinks it's a guy, and then the big reveal at the end of the first episode is fucking it's actually a woman the whole time, and it's Tammy Malvaro, and everybody, oh my God!
It just reminds me of Dragon Ball Z Abridged with the Doria. I'm a woman.
I'm a woman.
Oh my God. No, that's you know what, at this point, do it. Just fucking do it. Just rip the Band-Aid off.
Why not,
Give us
man?
a female Voldemort. Like, it's never gonna come anywhere near the movies, with the little bit of problems that the movies did have, because there was some things that weren't book accurate, but they were close enough, right? You're not gonna fit 7 fucking books, and 2 of them being Bibles at the end in book 6 and 7.
Truly.
That that into everything. So it's similar with Lord of the Rings. You took what they gave you, they did well, and what they took out was okay. And you know what? At this point, just ruin it. Ruin it.
You want a full Halo show? You want a full Halo show moment?
No, I can't wait for your BioShock.
Oh,
It's never gonna happen.
boy.
You're not gonna make a BioShock, so unfortunately.
that Halo show, what a fucking cinematic abortion that was.
fact,
My God.
I didn't watch it, but I have a friend who
Oh,
loves
Joe,
Halo.
so
I was like, and he was coping after the first episode. He was like, "Oh, but the guns look good and all that." So yeah, no, it's pretty.
This
good.
is not
And
too
then-
long after Cyberpunk failed to meet expectations, and he was on Cyberpunk for like 2 years. So he just had loss after loss.
But like he never finished.
Some
the
people are
season.
lucky, some people not as much.
Yeah, he never finished the season. I'm like, Joe, you got to watch the full. He's like, no, I'm not fucking doing it. He's like, I can't.
And that was like during the obsession too of let's make people who never take their fucking helmets off and masks off take them off, right? Because it was between Halo and then Mando, where you had to look at Pedro Pascal's punchable fucking face taking off the Mando helmet. It's like Pedro Pascal is the perfect case of a perfectly decent actor who's not bad at his role, just being in way too many fucking things.
Oh yeah.
He was a victim, and like we're used to it, right? Like an actor gets hot, an actor or actress, they do 4 or 5 movies for about 2 or 3 years, and then they fuck off for 3 years. Pedro Pascal is like, I'm gonna hang out for a decade and do every movie you've ever fucking seen.
It feels like,
It's like, go away for a little, take a vacation, go creepily touch your actress's friends somewhere else. God.
Give him this much. I respect the hustle, but damn, homie, like he does have to hold out a little bit. Come on.
I mean, and doing it publicly too. Like that's like he's like, yo, Harvey Weinstein's out. My turn. Like,
oh Jesus.
Like, oh my God. Now, this is the reason why this show will never get big, because the people on YouTube are gonna look at it.
Say that, but
but so on top of that, let's go into, we talked a little earlier, Mitsu, about how you enjoy movies that are so bad they eventually become good, right?
Oh yeah.
I think we all have a good enjoyment of that.
Mm-hmm.
David thinks that there is a candidate here. David, what do we think?
I think him is one of those candidates. I haven't watched it. but I've seen the reviews and all that stuff, and seeing the trailer. The trailer itself, when I saw that, I was like, that doesn't look like.
Do you think we can watch the trailer without getting hit? Who made it?
I'm not sure. I
Is
don't
it
want to.
Universal? They might hit us with it.
Yeah,
This already looks like a train wreck.
Oh.
So here's the thing. Here's the thing. So it is the synopsis. It's a football player who is a quarterback and is trying to make it big. And for whatever reason, Marlon Wayans is there and he's his trainer.
Yeah,
and
it
becomes basically Eyes Wide Shut with football players.
Yeah. Yeah. He's basically selling his soul to the devil, which is his role model.
It's Eyes Wide Shut, Devil's Advocate meets a football player trying to become a
and it looks it's one of those movies that looks like it's trying to take itself too seriously while also dipping into like the wacky, crazy side of horror. And it doesn't. It looks like it's not going to do it well. And from all the reviews I'm seeing, it fucking doesn't do it well. But go ahead.
I was just gonna say, it looks like Wish Upon meets Drumline.
Oh my God. This is a Shudder original. That's what this is.
It's actually not Shudder. Funny enough, it's not Shudder.
It's not. This is basically what a Shudder original would fucking be.
Oh yeah,
those are terrible.
It definitely would be. It definitely would be. Even though I've seen Shudder originals look better than this.
Yeah, me too. If you get the chance to watch a trailer, it's honestly the beginning. It's like. It's fine, right? It's a regular football, this and that. And then even it goes into a little bit of really hard training, a little bit sick shit. And then all of a sudden you see him like holding a fucking like bleeding goat head. And it's like, the fuck's going on here? Yeah. Like, I just want to see
that ramped up very quickly.
Yeah.
It goes from 0 to whatever, what the fuck.
That's what makes me think it could be one of those bad movies that you laugh. It's an unintentional laugh factor. So and I love those types of movies because it's just like, why did you think of this? And why did you think of putting it in at this time? What's wrong with you?
That is Wish Upon. If you've never seen, that's a movie that's so bad it's good. What is it? I know it was covered on by Red Letter Media on Best of the Worst or Half in the Bag, one of those review programs that they do. But Wish Upon, what is it? I don't want to spoil a single thing about it, but the entire premise is ridiculous. Girl just finds a Chinese box that just allows her to be able to make wishes, and she's a teenage girl and makes wishes that a teenage girl actually probably would make, which in retrospect actually makes the movie even better, all things considered, with one of the greatest endings in the history of good bad movies. So man, I gotta watch the ending.
I might watch it.
I recommend.
I might watch it tonight now.
So do you have? Is that your favorite good movie?
No, that would be The Last Dragon.
Oh, Last Dragon was so terrible. Yes,
I fucking love The Last Dragon. I fucking love it.
We had the privilege of actually interviewing somebody early on this show that is the little girl in one of the worst movies of all time.
Yes.
Which one? Mono's Hands of Fate.
Yep.
Which Mystery Science Theater 3000
Mono's
famous.
So
and we got to interview Jackie Neiman Jones, who is the little girl in that movie.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. I have to go back and watch that one then. That sounds amazing.
Yeah, it was
she must have been a treat.
David actually bought one of her pictures that she does. It's friggin' Zappa with the friggin' the Monos thing. David's going to get it. It's Frank Zappa. It's actually really good. So David did that and he's gonna go. Bye, David. He's
gone forever.
He's getting it. He's gone forever. But yeah, no, good, awesomely bad movies are a way of life. Like,
yes.
They're just, I'm excited. I will watch him just because it looks terrible. And you got to lean into some of those. So while David is getting that, the other thing I want to ask you, I've had many opinions on this. Christopher Nolan is officially making The Odyssey, and they have a cast. It's vast, it's wide. Zendaya's in it for some reason.
She's in everything.
Should anybody make The Odyssey as a current day film? And do you trust Nolan doing it, Christopher Nolan?
Nolan, yes. The Odyssey, yes. Am I still worried? Of course I am. Listen, he's only going to have so much control, and they'll give him a wide berth. Believe me, after the success, he still managed to. Oppenheimer was a rousing success, and I'm not just going to say it was because of Barbenheimer, but that definitely did help goose the numbers a little bit.
David liked it. David watched it, and he enjoyed it a lot.
Yeah. So after having hit after hit after hit after hit, more often than not, studios are going to give you a pretty wide berth with whatever dream project you're ever going to come and slap down in front of them. And this is probably going to be like a 3.5 hour, and even then I might be being conservative on that one, kind of movie.
First ever 5-hour movie.
Yeah, maybe. Listen, it could be honestly his magnum opus, and the man loves the theater, and theaters are hurting. So in his mind, this could be his way of revitalizing the
That would be
cinematic
pretty
experience.
badass if he does like 2.5 hours, an intentional intermission, and then go back, like let everyone go. That actually might be smart if they start doing movies.
Not a bad idea.
If they start doing 4-hour movies, here's 2 hours, here's a 10-minute intermission, go to the bathroom, go get more food at the concessions, and in 10 minutes have your seats started up again.
That might that'll put a little pressure on the theater though, and what is it? Broadway's been hurting bad. Numbers are down, I think, like 50%. Ticket sales are way in the dirt.
There's no standard at Broadway anymore. That's part of the sad thing. Is like I remember I like Broadway. I go to Broadway. I've always enjoyed Broadway musicals. Like me and my wife saw Wicked. I've seen Gentlemen Prefer Blondes. Like I do like Broadway. It's good. I always go there and I at minimum wear a button up and slacks. At minimum, you try to look presentable. I'm seeing people go there and just like rip jeans and like a t-shirt. And it's like, that's not Broadway. Like you should be denied at the door. Like there should be, and I feel like part of the issue why it's dying is there's no exclusivity anymore. There used to be a standard to get into Broadway to watch it. When people feel like it's the place to be, then it wants them to go. Now anyone can go. There's no cachet anymore. It's tedious at best.
The more that people, it's such a paradox because nobody ever wants to seem like they're being exclusive or discriminating or discriminatory. But there is something to be said for making sure that a vision for what you want something to be stays along that vision, especially when it's an entertainment. Because this is exactly what we were talking about with AAA. When you have too many people coming in, it just becomes a gray, muddled mess. And then it becomes very difficult for you to differentiate from anybody else who's doing anything in that space. The looter shooter genre in general with Borderlands and Destiny and everybody's just been struggling from that for a long time. Division 2, the Anthem,
yeah.
Anthem, same
David,
principle.
So
he's just having a day of it.
It's terrible. This is terrible. Never happened before.
Yeah.
So
pissing me off.
Caveat. Oh, there you go. There's a Zappa.
Oh, there it is.
Right there.
Yeah,
Jackie made that, and it's really good.
It's awesome.
Shout out to Jackie Neiman. Jackie Neiman Jones. Awesome.
That's great.
But so Caveat Ties giving his, must get those reviews on Criticlist. So Mitsu, are you on Criticlist?
Yeah. No, what's up?
So we had a guest, Blaine Andrews, on.
And I already had it brought up.
There you go. He started a website/app named Criticlist, which is the answer to Rotten Tomatoes, where you log in, you leave your own reviews for movies and TV shows, and people can comment on them, and you rate your things. And
let's see,
it's awesome. I highly recommend go if you like movies, TV. You can go and any movie, and you could just go and leave a rating. What are you doing? Where are you going, Dave?
I'm going to look for Wish Upon.
Oh, please find it. Do it.
Listen, two voters. Two voters.
Does anyone leave a review?
Review contains spoilers, but 4% and 10%.
You gotta go. I'm not gonna open it. Yes. Yeah, I'm promise you. You go in blind, you're gonna have the best time of your damn life. Send me an email after you watch it or something like that. You're gonna laugh.
You can make long overviews. You can put it as a spoiler tag just so people know, so they don't open it. And then there's themes in there, and you could check off either one of these as however you want to put it, and also put a comment in there as well. It's a really nice site. We recommend it to everyone.
Yeah. And well, Caveat Ties forces us as well, which thank you, Caveat, for always reminding us. But if you like, I highly recommend. Blaine's really awesome. They work really hard there at Criticalist, and they're the answer to Rotten Tomatoes. Rotten Tomatoes sucks. Criticalist doesn't. And it has a cool 80s aesthetic.
Yeah. I like the idea behind it too, because with Rotten Tomatoes, you can get lost very easily on that website, just trying to find what you're trying to find. But here it sounds like it is a very specific focus towards reviewing any kind of movie, especially you found Wish Upon very quickly.
Yeah.
They have
exactly an easy movie to find.
They have their library is huge. I know they also want to put games on there soon. I think they want to put video games as something
that'll be huge.
Exactly. But their library is fucking huge. You could find damn near anything on here to review and all that. And they have groups and they have water coolers, which is basically just a social media part of it. But you could find people and be like, hey, check this out, review it. Because once it gets up to 10 views, then it becomes then it gets an average score. Then it's not But
and the community is great. I'll say that the community too, you leave a review that maybe isn't they're not good, you don't get jumped on. People might leave comments, but they're very cool with it. They joke around. It's nothing too serious. And you can comment on other people's reviews. So it gives that social media side too. And if you go on, we'll follow you. I know Caveat will follow you. So you'll get a bunch of people right away and we can go and start. So go get some reviews up there.
Remind me in a follow-up, because I know at least if I am too much of an idiot and forget, I know there's at least one person in my life who absolutely loves all kinds of, and I love all kinds of, but he beyond me loves all kinds of movies. This is a website that he probably would really appreciate going to.
Yes,
we'll definitely follow up.
I just want to show the library is so vast that the Microsoft Windows 95 video guide is something you can review.
Oh,
yes, that's how I found it. It was on my feed.
That's just what I always wanted.
And someone left a comment
with Jennifer Aniston and Matt Perry.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
I mean, that was peak Jennifer Aniston though.
It was, yes.
It was, yeah.
So I'd watch her in anything. Anyway, I digress. So last thing I want to do, because you've been gracious with your time, we got to talk some wrestling. We got to talk a little bit of wrestling.
Amen.
So WWE just had, honestly, yesterday I think it was, TNA did the invasion of NXT yesterday, on Tuesday it might have been, which very much leaning back into old storylines, right, with ECW, WCW invasion and things like that. But don't fix it if it's not broken, right? That
right
storyline's good. Having fucking Matt Cardona, Zack Ryder back in is always fun, right? Because Cardona's been
indie
being nice, has been whining a little about not being back and things like that. And he's been everywhere, and he's been on the indie circuit doing everything and things like that. So good, bad, ugly. What have you liked about current WWE? What have you disliked? Give it to us.
Who's going to bring this?
Boy, it's been rough. Listen, it's been a roller coaster being a wrestling fan for at least the past 10 years. We even go back 15. And, you know, we've had Cena's retirement run. And I feel like it's really been a struggle. I don't know what happened behind the scenes. I've heard a lot of people who place a lot of blame on Dwayne. Because he came up with a half-baked idea to have Travis Scott do whatever they were going to do, and the follow-up just never happened. And it breaks my heart, because it's like I really wanted to see Cena do a full tilt heel run one more time and see what they could really do with it. And it's like they just gave up.
It wasn't a good run when he was doing it. And like the disgruntled old man, I get everything. Like he didn't. There wasn't any real direction, but didn't seem like there was a direction for him to commit either.
Yes, and the leaning on Travis Scott. How do you fuck up WrestleMania that badly? The leaning on Travis Scott is insane. Like you don't have to have him have anyone else walk out to help Cena and run out to help Cena. Like there's so many people you could give a storyline as saying, oh, I want to follow Cena on this because he's been right about this shit, right? Like you could do that. Travis Scott doesn't need to be there.
Yeah, no.
Why was he there? Nope. To this day, and I'm sure there's somebody who's going to have some example very quickly, but to this day, it was never adequately explained to me what Travis Scott was doing there or why I should have cared. He just shows up. He walks down with a fake ass hardcore belt.
Yep.
He McDickles fucking Cody, and then that's it. And I'm like, that's your contribution to wrestling's greatest event of the year. Yeah. Eat my ass.
Yeah, no, and it was like I understand what they were trying to do, because Travis Scott was the anthem, right? He's the theme song, and they've been really playing into Travis Scott, and to bring him into the program is fine, but not to bring him into the main event of the program, right? Yeah, let him come in, let him fuck around, let him wrestle.
That, like having a fucking 5-minute walk down is insane. Yeah. Like have him come from the fucking crowd.
Yeah,
have him close.
You can do it right. There was an option. His name was Bad Bunny.
Yes,
I'm not like Bad Bunny's exactly his biggest fan. I do like him. He worked his ass off. Yeah. He did great work with Damian Priest. He drew a lot of dimes. He took a lot of bumps. The bumps that were when he took the first Canadian Destroyer, I was like, wait, he what?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
it's just like,
okay,
he's admitted he actually likes this. He actually likes this. I can root for him.
Can
and
work
I
with
can root
that.
for him being there. Yeah.
Yeah, because there's so many people who
music
used to come in. His music was fucking great. There's so many people who come in from the celebrity sphere and they don't know fuck about shit about ass. They're not about the life. They're just there to be there. Some people, like you get a Pete Rose occasionally who like is about the life, but he can't do anything, so you just make it work. But like, especially lately, and I don't like him either. Logan Paul,
Dude,
great mat
I'm a
work.
fan of Logan Paul.
I hate it. I hate it,
don't
man.
what
He got
done
me.
fine, but
I don't like Logan Paul in general, but as a wrestler in there, he's obviously committed to it, man. Like you see what he's doing, it's just like I gotta give it to you. You're like you're there for a reason.
He's clean. You can't argue with his work. If he was shit, that would be a different story. But the fact that he is 100%, he's cleaner with a buckshot lariat than Hangman, and that's wild.
He's not. And the thing is,
athleticism is out of this fucking world.
They'll do these things where they'll push these guys and put them with top talent. You could tell the top talent's carrying, right? He's not holding anybody back. He is wrestling equal with the top talent. Like he obviously and it seems like he's a student of the game too, and he's really acclimated himself in because he has his podcast, and how many wrestlers does he come through his podcast and things like that. And it seems like he is fully bought in, and he said himself, like, I want to be a good wrestler. So I am going to commit myself to going to more events. I don't want to be Brock Lesnar. I don't want to be The Rock. I don't want to be the part-time celebrity that comes in. I want to be good at this. And he's done it. He's showed up at how many Raws and SmackDowns lately. He's been at all like the pay-per-views and had like, he is showing that he honestly maybe wants to be a wrestler and do this full time.
And the thing is, he
has been doing it full time, really.
Yes. And he can do this very well full time as a heel. And what will make him genuinely a great, because I think we are in that conversation if he keeps in this kind of momentum, right? Is if he can actually be a babyface. If he could fucking do that in some manner, it would be astounding. It would be absolutely astounding.
So when he joined, there was a small part of me, because you have to understand the way the world works. Kayfabe is magical, and that's why I love wrestling. Because it's just like El Presidente himself. There is Donald Trump the man, and there is Donald Trump the brand. There's Logan Paul the man, and there is Logan Paul the brand. And God help me, Logan Paul the man is a piece of shit, but Logan Paul the brand is very fucking good at what he does. And not just that, he's found a way to cross promote across multiple disciplines. And his time in the ring, he blatantly has advertisements at this point for his energy drink, and we're all we don't care at this point. If this was 5 years ago, we would shit all over him. But I was getting back to it. There was a small part of me that felt like he got into WWE for all of those other reasons, but specifically for one day to have a face redemption arc. Because of all the horrible things he's ever done in his entire life, and you're right, if he could find a way to make that into a face turn and intrinsically link Logan Paul the man to Logan Paul the brand, he doesn't just revitalize himself in the eyes of wrestling fans, he becomes a face in the eyes of the American people.
Well, here's how
where do you think that goes next?
You put him and Dominic Mysterio on a team together, because Dominic is the most over wrestler in the company right now. Dom
gets it.
Dirty Dom gets it, and he is a heel that everybody likes. He's exactly what Eddie, his uncle, is. He is quite literally what Eddie Guerrero did.
What was his dad?
Did he win him in the match? It is his dad. It is his dad.
Doesn't he win him in the match? I forget.
But so he's exactly that. And if you take both of them on a team, because honestly, Logan does have a fan base at this point. People love him as a heel. I mean, so you put both of them on a tag team, and then let Ray form the LWO and put all of them there, and just have them fucking babyface. They can be those two can babyface together.
I don't know. I want to see a Dom singles run right now. He deserves it. A very good singles run.
Yeah, he definitely deserves a singles run.
He should be a champion at some point.
He's a he is. Dom's a double champ.
Yeah, he is a double champ.
Yeah, no, but I want him as like the main like.
Oh, you're talking about like champ.
Yeah, he deserves the top 10.
I mean,
in time, maybe not.
Yeah, we're looking 5-6 years, but I'm pretty sure he's probably in line at some point. They just have to find the right story to tell to get to that point, because it's easier when you have a dude who's Braun Breaker. I'm
Yeah.
just going to say that.
Yeah.
You have a Braun Breaker to get him from all the way to the top,
Yeah.
and it is for somebody like Dominic Mysterio, who doesn't necessarily have the absolute physique,
No.
an absolute move set,
Mhm.
but does have the charisma and the social acumen and talent and everything else that goes into being a champion. So it really becomes down to what can they do to really highlight him as a chicken shit heel.
Yep.
You know, I don't see him being a face champion. I don't see that happening anytime soon. But I could see him going face in the chase for a championship.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
definitely.
when Chad Gable comes back and El Grande Americano comes back, is
Well-
he going to lead the new LWO?
Well, I mean, like,
Are they going to make the LWO, and is he going to be? Are they going to do a comedy LWO?
They are playing with the multiple El Grandes, so he's going to probably come back as him.
They need to do. Well, no, they need to do. He beats the other El Grandes and be the real El Grande.
I don't know, man.
And
Ludwig
they
has
need
been
to
great.
make him the leader of like a serious version of the LWO, but he's the leader. That would be amazing.
They trademarked one already. It's called Los Americanos.
Yes, I didn't know that. I didn't know that.
Or something, or I think it's like La Americanos. It's like bad Spanish too.
Yeah, I love that.
They already did, and that's I'm very. I think it's going to be the bit going forward. Is they're going to do a Grande Americano bit.
But the thing is that's great right now about W. I know people have their issues with Triple H and how he's doing things, but this feels so much closer to the way they would treat the Attitude Era and even Ruthless Aggression, where you aren't just using these comedy bits as a quick one-off and it's done. There's an actual fun build-up and storyline to this. Like Ludwig has been a great El Grande Americano, right? Like he's taken that mantle well, and they're giving this shtick that is over with the fans the respect it deserves. They're not
cutting promos in Spanish. Who the fuck saw that coming?
Yes, exactly.
Good.
He's been fantastic.
So good.
Yeah.
So, and the thing is right now too, and I think it's hard for fans where we were at such a lull during the PG era where it was Roman Reigns, Cena, and there wasn't like, they were kind of in flux. They were fucking abusing Dolph Ziggler. They weren't treating him well. And they were struggling with who to have because there wasn't much of a great mid card. They weren't doing a good job with it. Now there's just a full lot of talent. There's a lot of talent all over the WWE in the men's and women's division. Yeah. So we're sitting there going, okay, should Damian Priest have a title around his waist? Probably, but so should Gunther. So should there are so many top names that
and the thing is though, and it's funny that you bring it up. It almost like right now, I would say the men's mid card is better than the men's main title scene.
It is,
but while the women's main title, but while the women's main title is better than the women's mid card right now, at least in certain matches and stuff like that.
Well, women's wrestling, it's very top heavy, right? It feels like at the pinnacle of women's wrestling.
Well, the champion right now is very bottom heavy.
Wow.
Oh boy, where's my car crash sound effect?
Okay,
man. But ching. So what is it is very. But I just remembered it's Stephanie, right?
Yeah, it's Zachary.
Yes.
Yeah, Booker T.
Oh, again,
I can't believe that some people hate Booker T for that, and it's just like, what are you talking? Like, it's fun. I like
those people are wrong.
Yeah, but it's the same people are the fans of the King. The King would scream puppies because girls were getting fucking
the King.
Puppies and Terry Runnels. She started that. Puppy started because Terry Runnels used to do the little devil, and she would call them puppies. And the King would be doing the same thing right now. Like. He'd be worse than Booker T ever could be.
Yeah. But he's so good at getting things over. He has done so much to get those NXT stars over well beyond what they might have otherwise had opportunities for. And I'm not saying that they wouldn't have gotten there on their own, but he strapped a rocket to Stephanie Vecchio. He strapped a rocket to Trick Williams. My God.
Well, it takes commentary to also help. That's the importance of commentary. You need commentary to help to push because Texas Rattlesnake, Stone Cold Steve Austin does not be Stone Cold without JR because JR talked him up. Is the baddest son SOB out of Austin, Texas. And you don't mess in. You need those good commentary, which is why Paul Heyman is the greatest voice to ever grace a ring. He is so fucking good, but you need those people. It's a full production. It's not just the wrestlers in there. So,
and the thing is that, you bring up Booker T, and I feel like that's someone that's not he's not brought up as much as someone who really means a lot to the game of wrestling. Like Booker T has done so much for wrestling in general.
Yeah.
And just like you said, and even understanding it to the point on commentary where he's able to get people over more than they would have gotten over themselves. I mean, like Trick Williams having like the matches with Ilya Dragunov, like those are going to help, right? Yeah. But when Booker T talks people up the way he does, it's magic. It really works very well for these wrestlers.
He has a way of speaking. He has a way of projecting himself without making himself completely being. And that was a challenge a little, especially when he started doing this, because he's been doing it in NXT for a little while now. It's like you don't want Book to be the attraction. That's the fine line you have to walk. Book rides that line really well, where he's doing his thing, but it's that's Trick, that's that boy, that's Trick. Like he's always using it in service of making sure that he's getting the talent over and not himself, and that's the difference.
And it's funny because it's so different than what you get from Raw right now, especially with Pat McAfee and Michael Cole, where it's just two bros watching wrestling. Like it really is.
Which is enjoyable too. But
Pat McAfee
there's a time and a place.
Fan before he's a commentator. Like he is a fan. And Michael Cole has evolved from this guy that everyone and their parents made fun of. Everyone. He was a squirrely guy with the mic in someone's face. Yeah. He was a dork and he was a stat boy. And now I couldn't imagine Michael Cole not being on commentary. He really feels like JR and the King were. And it's credit to him.
I do like the pickup of Tessitore. I think Tessitore works really well. And I've always really, I'm not gonna lie, I really like Corey Graves on commentary. I think Graves gets it as well. I think he does.
Corey Graves is good.
Yeah.
And I like Wade Barrett. I like Graves and Barrett. I think they're good.
Bad News Barrett.
Bad News Barrett. So
some of my favorite interactions were always Corey Graves and Book, because Corey Graves did not care for Book's antics at all, and just does not feed into any of it.
That is fun though, because when the commentary animosity is there, again, JR and the King, one would pick the heel, one would pick the face, and they would fight about it, and you would feel like they truly were at each other's throat, and it helps with the whole thing. I want to get to a few comments here about wrestling. Nate G coming in saying, I'm sure the Saudis will fix it when they buy the WWE in a couple of years.
How do you feel about WrestleMania going to Saudi? I don't like it.
I don't think that's actually going to happen. We don't have the time to get into geopolitical context, but 43 there.
I don't like it.
I don't see that happening.
We'll see here. So Nate G saying Logan got some cheap shine when he came out in Ottawa with the flag after they booed the anthem, which was exactly what WWE does. Yeah. They do these things. They lean into these public things. And again, like you were hinting at, Mitsu, all of this could lean into him getting more of a look, because who would think that the guy that everyone hates is carrying that flag? And Americans are now cheering for Logan Paul because he's getting booed by Canadians. Like it is different.
What is that image when you really think about it? We know in the context of this time right now at this moment that he came out there as a heel. But let's say 2 years from now, he decides to run for office or do something involving America. They could just mute the boos and just show him waving a flag in the middle of Canada. And what does that look like to us?
It looks great. Looks like patriotism, man.
Looks damn like patriotism to me, son.
If he wants to eventually become a face, but really lean into a heel for now, he should come out to Hulk's song from now on. Passed on.
They would never do it.
Because you want the hate that will eventually
a one-off thing. A one-off thing is a possibility. It wouldn't be a consistent.
But if he does it consistently, and obviously he'd have to get the good graces of the Hogan family and stuff like that. But
they'd never
do that. He will eventually become a face by osmosis, because people cannot hate that anthem. They can't. When it comes on, people cannot hate it. And eventually him coming out in the yellow and red all the time and still putting on good matches and being Mr. America and leading
the leg drop now.
if he didn't die,
leg drop instead.
God, if he didn't die, I'd almost buy into this.
Yeah.
Because the fact that he's gone now makes it really difficult in any semblance of good taste. Which I know it's a heel, but it's. Right. At least give it another year first.
Yes.
And then because if you do it right now, I feel like people are just going to cheer ironically, or they're going to boo, but it's going to be go away, he
yeah, it's
boo,
gonna be
like
go home.
nuclear boo.
Yeah. I don't know. This is me thinking of like
Now, but
old WWE.
yeah.
They launch on these current events when
yeah.
they happen.
The
So,
fact
this
that
is
they
Iron
didn't
Sheik.
is a testament to how much they loved Hogan.
Yes,
true.
that's very true.
So Nate G coming in saying Booker is a legend. I gotta pop my dick should be a top selling shirt.
Have you seen that? Have you guys seen that clip?
Yes, I saw it.
You didn't actually say that, but it sounds very much
It
like
sounds.
I gotta pop my.
Gotta pop my neck, man.
We know what he
at the
wanted
right
to
time.
say. We know what he wanted to say. Okay. And Nate G saying, "I'll only vote for Logan once he picks up the El Grande mantle." I mean, he would be hilarious if he comes in as El Grande at one point.
Oh man, what if they had an entire show where everybody was El Grande Americano? Just one episode that's just complete. They should do it for like Mexican Independence Day. Everybody just comes in like Mexican. Yeah.
NWO.
They should finish off the last El Grande that they do should be R-Truth.
They titled the episode "The Last Mexicano."
and it's R-Truth, and he has no idea what the fuck he's doing out there.
He's asking,
Americanos. I've had one all day. He just leaves.
Oh my god, I love R-Truth, but no, that's the
greatest.
thing with wrestling right now. Even though it has some of its bumps, and I thought WrestlePalooza was actually a dud. I didn't think outside of Rhea, Io versus Asuka, that was good. The women,
Io versus Stephanie.
Io versus Stephanie. Yeah.
Asuka was there, but
Asuka was there. The women have been putting on, like, I feel like the women, like whether it's Charlotte and Alexa Bliss, they've been doing really well as a tag team. I mean, AJ,
it's a weird tag team though.
It's a weird.
That's what makes it fun.
I know.
It reminds me of like Kane and Daniel Bryan type shit. You know, like
Kane and X-Pac.
Yeah, type stuff like that. It's a very weird tag team, but
Charlotte needed it. Charlotte had no direction.
Yeah. Well, she had nuclear go away heat too.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
I'm calling for this, and they need to do it because obviously Charlotte and Alexa are gonna phase out, and I'm hoping Liv gets healthy soon. David knows I've asked for this. I want Liv to come back and join the Wyatt Six and just be everything Alexa was. And I want Alexa to come back and be like, bitch, there's only one.
She needs another. She's going to have another singles run.
That could be fun, actually.
It could be a lot of fun.
The two crazy blondes. Crazy tiny blondes.
I'd watch that show.
Yes. That 100%. That could be a lot of fun. I'm just going to let you know it's not going to happen. Debuter is top. Debuter is main title. So it's just not going to happen. She's going to be up there. She's probably going to.
That would also elevate the Wyatt Six because she can still be main title.
It can, but she's probably going to work another fucking program at Rhea because Triple H can't just let that cool down for a fucking second.
That needs to end yesterday.
I mean, it does make money.
Yeah, it does make money, but it's probably going to be that again.
But the bottom line is, mommy makes money. Period. Doesn't matter who she's wrestling. Rhea makes money because Rhea. And the thing is, too, you're putting two of the most talented female wrestlers in a stable right now with Rhea. With Rhea and Io, I think are going to become an official team to help each other. Those are two of the most talented women in the whole entire division.
If she ever turned heel, "Mommy makes money" should absolutely be her heel slogan. I just want you to know that. That's so good.
Even with Rhea, Rhea's one of those wrestlers.
Mercedes Moné right there.
Yeah,
Rhea's one of those wrestlers that she could turn heel and she's still going to get cheered. She's never truly going to be a heel. Like Stone Cold, like The Rock, like them. Like there might be heels, but nobody hates them.
No, not really.
Unlike Roman. Roman, if he ever turns heel, people go back to hating him.
Roman's a completely different situation though. Roman was forced on us, and then Roman left because of leukemia, and then Roman came back and fucking just strapped a rocket to him.
Can he teach Jay a moveset? Can he at least give Jay a moveset?
Or at least a tempo?
Something that's not 19. Honestly, Shawn Michaels should come back for one match, super kick Jay once, and just be like, people don't get up from this. You and your brother need to stop ruining my move. Oh, my God. It bothers me. It bothers me that his moveset is 4 finishers, and none of them finish anybody.
You just need to stop doing a spear, to be quite honest with you. The
spear's terrible, too. It's not a good spear.
Oh, man. No, it's not. And it's rough because what else is he going to do? What is he going to do for his finisher? The splash? It probably actually should be the splash.
The splash is really still his finisher. He just tries to hit it still. So, but like, it's just take the spear away from it. Do anything else. Like, I don't care if you fucking take Finn Balor's setup for his coup de grace, where you just fucking drop kick someone into the turnbuckle and they fall. Like, I don't care. Like, do whatever else. Just don't do the spear anymore.
Yeah.
Or get creative and do a new one. We love new finishers. Do a new finisher. Do like a modified version of the Samoan dropper. Something. Like,
Yeah.
do
When was the last time
something
WWE came up with like a really new move? I'm trying to think of something. Like Stephanie Vaquer, obviously, she has Devil's Kiss, which
Stephanie Vaquer's
yeah.
Devil's Kiss.
Yeah.
They have
Like who else?
There's a few of them, and some of them I think are stupid. Like there's one chick in NXT, she does like a flip from the turnbuckle and like cutter somebody.
I like
Soul
like the Soul Snatcher. I like the Soul Snatcher.
I like it, but it's like so that some of them are contrived, and you get it. That is too contrived. It's so how is someone always going to be stumbling into the turnbuckle for you to hit it?
Well,
I know it's wrestling, but
it's wrestling.
I will say this much. They've done a really good job in NXT recently of turning it into a bit of a Randy Orton kind of bit where she started hitting Soul Snatchers out of essentially.
Yeah. Well,
and those, yeah, exactly. So I like the whole premise behind it. It took me a while to warm up to Sol Ruka because it felt like she was another, here's the generic blonde. And then she's really come into her own with both vastly improving her moveset and improving what her persona and her character is with her work with Zarya too.
I think that pair up was really good, and that's
great for her.
Her Soul Snatcher on Zarya accidentally. The timing was fucking perfect on that.
Wildly perfect.
That's really, really good. Honestly, Shawn Michaels does a very good job with NXT. Shawn Michaels does it with the things he's just given, and then when they take away his best people and then fucking don't do anything with them, like Carmelo Hayes. But when like the things he's given to work with, he makes a very good product for what he has and what he can do.
And I
didn't understand what they would even do with Carmelo Hayes, honestly. Like, I think he's a great guy, but the whole him thing, like, that didn't feel like a main roster expansive kind of bit thing.
Yeah,
it's just they brought him up. It almost feels like at this point they needed a body to throw in the excretion chamber and just have him be in there, and like that was it. Because that's what his big thing was. And then afterwards, what did he do? He floundered around for a while, and then they just slapped him with a Miz.
Yep.
I mean, listen, people can be revived. We've seen how many people go from the, like, I think Bray Wyatt's one of the more famous ones. He was fucking Husky Harris, right? And then all of a sudden he's Bray Wyatt, right? And so you get that, where you get these different personas, and then eventually one sticks. So
the Ringmaster.
Exactly.
I think Carmelo Hayes is talented enough that he'll get there. Look at Cody Rhodes, Stardust, right? And which I enjoyed Stardust. I thought Stardust was fun. I thought just that
he hates it, but I actually did like the character too.
I think everyone else but him liked it. I saw a quote from his wife. I think what is it, Brandy?
Was it Brandy loved it?
Yeah, Brandy was
Brandy
like,
liked it.
I truly liked the persona. She's like, but I just hated that he hated it. So I was okay with him getting away from it because he is
from us. Because I don't think there's many wrestling fans that don't like Goldust. Like everyone likes Goldust in some manner. It's just how much you do. Exactly. And then you see his brother as Stardust, and it's just like, let's continue this fun type of gimmick that we have. But for him, it's just in the shadow, not main guy type of stuff.
And then he goes and becomes his dad.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want to be in the shadow of a persona. I'm just gonna go be my dad.
Well, I'm gonna go be my dad, and it worked.
Yeah, it did. It worked very well.
It did. It's good. But all right, so we're gonna get to a few more comments right here. Caveat Ty saying, "I want Jake the Snake to win the Stanley Cup." Nate, you going new moves. How about bust out a Fisherman, Northern Lights, or Death Valley Driver?
Yeah.
I don't know if any of these. The Death Valley Driver might not be allowed.
You know them.
I know what they are, but there's some of them that they don't do anymore because of safety. So I'll say that some of these may be safety concerns.
Fucking pile drivers back.
I know. But listen, there's a lot of training that goes into it, right? So
I think I saw something about KO. I think it was somewhat good news on his neck, right? I can't remember. I think I saw somewhat good news.
Was there? I haven't heard anything in a while, but I'll go look into it. Yeah, I hope he's done great.
Fucking run, man! And like he's really, really good. And when you can trust someone that much to do a goddamn package pile driver as much as he did, like that, that's really, really big ups to him. I hope he's able to do whatever.
KO's become one of those guys, and David knows. I think he's one of the top 3 most talented guys in the whole industry, and he's a guy that never needs to put a belt around his waist again, and no one would care. He would be a main eventer every time. He's one of those guys like, Seth has the belt around right now, but he doesn't need it. Seth doesn't need a belt to be interesting. The Miz doesn't need a belt to be interesting. There's some of these guys, Rhea Ripley doesn't need a belt to be interesting, right? It's like there's some of these wrestlers that are just so good that the gold means nothing, right? They get there, it's fine, but once it's off, you still care. So I hope KO comes back. I hope his neck is good. It's sad if it's not, but he's one of those guys that his career is over and he's going to pull an Edge. He's going to pull a fucking Bryan Danielson. And he will be back. He loves the game too much. He will be back.
Oh, yeah.
A few more here. Never see Texas Cloverleafs anymore. No, you don't see a lot of things. Big guys aren't doing pump handles and military press anymore, which I would love to see Braun break some of those out. I feel like that's something a Braun Breaker thing he should do. Start fucking taking some of these big dudes and doing a military press.
Oba Femi can do that a lot. I don't know how much you've seen of Oba, Alex, but
I've seen, yeah.
he can do that
Oba,
shit.
Dude.
Yes, he's gigantic.
You're looking at a future WWE champ.
Oh, yes.
Unless he does something bad, he does a no. That man is 100% going to be WWE champion one day. And I mean the WWE champion. He's so good. He's wildly so good.
So lastly with wrestling, because David brought up AEW here, I want to ask you, is AEW ever going to be a legitimate challenge to WWE?
Well, it is. It was before. It petered out because they've lost a lot of that heat that made them really well. And they've kind of lost some of that goodwill that made them kind of really strong out the gate. Their most recent pay-per-view, what was it? All Out. I know we're looking at it right here. Tony in the women's, the Fatal 4-Way match was probably one of the more highlighted things of the entire event. But I'm really lately, just in general, it feels like wrestling's was struggling, and this would be the point where I would hope AEW would start really stepping up their game and leaning into their strengths as an alternative to WWE, because that's what they were before, and that's what really served them well. And then Tony Khan, for some reason, he got his head up his ass. He started talking about how he made a lot of public comments that were him directly trying to challenge and throw insults at WWE. Don't do that. If you're number 2, don't do that. Everybody saw it, and it really killed their momentum.
Yeah, it does. And I think one of my issues with AEW is the reason why WCW challenged WWE, because it was an alternative, but it was similar. It was still that slower wrestling, big guys doing some crazy stuff. The storytelling, right? We like the storytelling aspect of wrestling. We're not as much like the New Japan, where it's more of the wrestling talent, or the luchadors, where you're watching it for the wrestling skill. I think AEW leans a little bit too much on those. They have some of their super fast matches where they're doing a lot of the pop-ups and the moves. And, having a few of those guys is fine. Orange Cassidy. I think Orange Cassidy is incredibly talented. I think they do too much of the wrestling skill for wrestling's sake, and there isn't many stories. There's a few, right? And there's a few decent ones, obviously Edge and Christian have their story and things like that. But I don't think the storytelling aspect is there enough to compete in the way that WWE, and WWE is getting better with their storytelling again.
So Tony used to be really good at putting together long-term storytelling. But you know what part of the problem AEW has been having is Tony can put together a story comprehensively, and then he gets hit with a slew of injuries. So when you've lost Will Ospreay, and you've lost Swerve Strickland, and you've lost a lot of your heat, Darby goes and climbs a mountain because fuck all, who knows? What is it when you have Sting, and Sting needed to retire, but Sting had to retire. You lost Bryan Danielson, that was really bad. When you Wardlow's injured again. I don't even know if you knew that. Wardlow's injured again. He came out, he had his re debut and tore his pec. How do you build a long-term compelling storyline when you're consistently having to change the principal players in the cast?
Really, the person he's had the most is Tony Storm, and it's worked out very well.
Tony's
for him.
Mox.
And Mox, yes,
That's what he's had. Yeah,
those are really all they've really had, and that's why he had to really ride on that Death Rider storyline for as long as possible, because you really only had Mox.
God, poor John Moxley. Every time he wants to take a break, something catastrophic happens, and they just turn to John, and John just, fuck
he's
it,
a
all right.
workhorse.
How long do you need me?
Exactly.
And he just holds the belt for 6-8 months.
Yep.
I also think what hurt a lot in the recent is they lose Cody.
Yeah.
And then Cody is written and done very well in WWE. They lose CM Punk.
Yes.
And the one that they thought would never come back. And CM Punk's persona at the end of AEW was, there's a reason why nobody wants him in wrestling. He's an asshole. He's terrible. And then he comes to WWE, and him and Seth Rollins have patched it up. And he is the ideas guy in these rooms behind some of these 5-star matches that he's put on with some of these guys. And I think that hurt. And then also the rumor, program,
which wasn't talked about enough with Drew McIntyre, that ended in that bad blood match, which is fan-fucking-tastic. But he's still putting on good stuff, even though he's older.
And the rumor now that Chris Jericho might be coming back.
Which is interesting.
And if Jericho comes back and isn't fat Jericho and comes back in shape and puts on another good program than the WWE, and now this will be the third main eventer, not just wrestler, but third main eventer, Hall of Famer, leaving AEW and then going back to WWE and putting on high-level performances again, will then hurt the AEW, because then people are going to look and go, okay, when is Edge and Christian leaving? When's Mox going back? Like, people are going to start looking at it as going, it's only a matter of time. And you don't see that crossover, right? You're not seeing like the thing that made the WCW legit is the Click left. The Click left, and they did the invasion, and the NWO started. Edge left on good terms, right? Edge left because he wanted to go and finish out his career with Christian, and it was open that Triple H was like, fine, we'll do right by you. Like, that is not the way you want guys to leave and come into your company for AEW. You want to steal these guys. When Mox left, when CM Punk was gone, when Cody decided to come back from independent and go to AEW and not WWE, that gave so much storyline.
Remember we were talking about Colbert?
Yes.
Yeah.
It's the same exact principle. And you want to write a story that gets your people energized whenever there's going to be a transfer from one company to another.
Yes. And we're not seeing that. We're not seeing any of the disgruntled, like, we're not seeing like Matt Cardona wasn't itching to get into AEW. Like Zack Ryder persona could have been great over there, right? With Matt Cardona, everyone knows who he is. And he wasn't itching. He was happy on the indies. That says something about AEW. If you'd rather go and work your dick off on all the indies instead of having a home at a major organization, it does, in the wrestling sphere, it does not look amazing. So I think that's a big issue for AEW and optic wise.
WWE has been making a lot of inroads in the indie scene. They used to basically completely outright reject and ignore the indie scene, kind of look down on it. Well, not kind of, they absolutely look down on the indie scene. But now they have the WWE ID program, and you can see that they're starting to pull talent, not necessarily up to WWE proper, but they're definitely looking harder at getting people for NXT from the indies again. And that puts a huge strain on AEW, because now they don't have as many places to pull prospective talent from. And now WWE is both taking the indie circuit, and they have their in-house development system as well.
Yep.
They're just draining everything.
And AEW was smart for grabbing Ring of Honor. I thought that was very smart. But then WWE responds and goes, we raised your Ring of Honor with TNA. And it's like, shit, okay. Like now WWE is responsible for,
well, now they got AAA and they're trying to make that into good, which we'll see. But
and that's the thing. Like,
and AEW has CMLL. Everybody's doing it's tit for tat. You say, okay, they have TNA. I saw that more in a response, yes, to Ring of Honor, but also to New Japan.
Yes.
And not just that, but it's a direct rebuke to AEW, because AEW and TNA did work together for a time when Kenny was the belt collector.
Yes, they did.
Yeah.
So it's interesting what's going on. I think this is a good thing, because even though the industry is on a little bit of a slope, the competition is what made WCW and WWE elevate. Right? Monday Night Wars during the Attitude Era. Like, you got to remember, once Hogan left and stuff like that, all the personas were gone, and the Attitude Era was in response because the Golden Age was over, right? The Golden Age was over. And then what were they going to do? Wrestling was in a bad spot. They were almost bankrupt. Vince was almost done. And then all of a sudden, the Attitude Era happens, and Stone Cold's telling everyone to piss off. You have Bret Hart creating Degeneration X by calling friggin' Shawn Michaels and Triple H degenerates. And then that
So good.
elevates everything. And I think we could see something like that here. And I think if Triple H, who isn't as vitriolic as Vince was, is smart, he'll call up Tony Khan and go, how can we create heat? Let's win together. How can we create heat amongst each other? Let's fucking do this. Who's expandable to you? I'll tell you which one of my top guys are expendable, and let's make this look bad and let's work together.
There was that one time that Tony Khan was pictured with Shane.
Yes, he was.
Yep.
Yes,
one never knows.
So I would love to see if they figure out a way where it's like Will Ospreay is healthy, but not at AEW, and then he shows up at Raw. Right? Like, how fucking big would that be?
That would be
Darby Allin or something like one of their young. And then you sit there and Damian Priest is gone and Rhea's really upset. And Damian Priest shows up at fucking AEW and choke slams the shit out of MJF.
I mean, that would actually be great. Just beat the shit out of MJF.
Yeah.
Just crossing over and doing that. And then they're gone, right? It's official. They are both on those things, but it will raise everyone and there can be the animosity again. We need that. That would help both companies.
Well, that and
10 years of good running again.
And it brings a bit of mystery and a bit of something unexpected to it again, right? Because, like, obviously there is some predictable programming, but, you know, back in the day, we didn't know when people were returning most of the time. Yeah. They would return surprisingly, and it'd be like, holy shit, that's why you get the big pops. And, I mean, credit to WWE with the CM Punk return, because basically no one knew exactly it was happening. It wasn't just on the dirt sheets like, yeah, they're coming back. Like, everyone felt it.
And Seth with his kayfabe injury that he did for 2 fucking weeks that nobody knew. I thought he was really hurt.
Awesome.
Everybody saw that. And yes, he hurt his knee a little bit. Like, he obviously hurt it, but they played it up so well and nobody knew. And once he ripped it off, it was really a surprise.
Yeah, because, like, the thing is, like, a lot of people say kayfabe is dead, but it's not. You just have to do it a certain way now. Like, you just have to find a way to work things and still trick people like you used to.
Yeah. Yeah. So wrestling, while it still has its downfalls, I think could be fun. I think they just need to hire us 3 to really write for them. And I think they'll be good.
I wish what Tony Khan needs, honestly, more than anything else, is a booker. And I'm not talking Booker T, although he definitely could use a booker as well. But he's a great guy. He's very fucking smart. He really is passionate about wrestling. He just needs, and people have been screaming about this forever. It's going to fall on deaf ears and ears for me too, but he does. He just needs somebody to take a little bit off of his plate and somebody who's knowledgeable about the industry that knows how to put these matches together over a long period of time that makes sense for a story. That's what he needs.
Well, Vince learned over time because he was doing that forever when he was announcing and booking and doing everything. And he eventually let go. And there is the rumor, though, that Vince may start to try up a 3rd competitor. I saw that rumor.
That's been a rumor for a while now, though, especially since he left. And it's going to be a rumor until he's gone, and even after he's gone, to be quite honest, because it's Vince McMahon, and there's always the possibility.
If he does, it's going to be successful. He's a billionaire, and he knows the wrestling industry, and people are going to peek in to see what Vince McMahon can bring back.
I just, what does he do? You can't just do wrestling, right? Like he can't, unless he finds a way to very slightly tweak the formula. And I know Vince, in terms of what he would probably try to do to get an older market to be engaged, he would make an argument that his is going to be more purist. So he's going to have the blue mat. It's not going to have any advertising. He's going to say, we're going to try and cut out all the stuff that was interjected in. We're going to bring it back to wrestling for a while. And then slowly he'll start to work in the personality aspects again. I could see it being a flat revival and then working his way up.
But the thing is, too, how many loyalists does Vince still have?
Probably a decent amount.
That owe him their careers.
A decent amount.
That owe him their
how old
careers.
Are they, that's the thing.
Older gen, but will sit there and lend the support immediately to come in and work in some capacity. Not maybe there, but starting to get these young guys that they've been cultivating. How much can he hurt Triple H and the WWE and even AEW to an extent where he's making phone calls going, you're my son. I've treated you that way. Stone Cold Steve Austin, Undertaker, a lot of these guys that are very instrumental would possibly sit there and go, if Vince is doing it, I'm going to go help him because he made me.
There's only really 3 things anybody in the wrestling business cares about at the end of the day: money, legacy, and creative control.
Yeah.
So Vince has to offer 1, 2, or all 3 of those things in exorbitant amounts, even with as loyal as he has his people. And they are very loyal because they still say very nice things about him.
Then you get TNA with the Hulk fucking everything up.
Yeah.
The Hulk. TNA had some decent momentum with Kurt Angle and Bully Ray and things like that. And then in comes the Hulk, and it's all about the Hulk winning the belt every fucking week. Like it was, and the X Division then sucked, and the X Division was so much fun there. But I digress. Last comment right here. Coach Ed McMahon firmly believes he's living to 120 years to make a new company. I wouldn't be surprised if he lives past that, okay? Vince is trying every single drug. Listen, you're not talking to fucking Elon going, yeah, you neural chip ready? Like, he's fucking throwing it in a heartbeat. Give me those nanochips.
Don't tell anybody about my 3rd heart. I made a deal with the devil. It's about the time that Kane joined the company. Why do you think we had to incorporate Kane? That was part of it. We had to rebrand him.
You think Donald Trump wouldn't fucking go support Vince in a heartbeat?
Yeah.
Oh, of course.
And that would be a lot.
He loves Vince.
If he makes Mawa, make American wrestling again. Like make America wrestle again. That would be the name of the company, Mawa.
He'd go for that. He's got a country club out in Bedminster. That's pretty close, right?
And they should start off the episode with him and Trump having a "you're fired" off.
Vince wins that.
They do.
Yeah. Vince 100% wins that.
It's so good. But all right, Mitsu, thank you so much for coming on. It's been 2 hours of lots of fun. We appreciate you.
Thank you. I appreciate you having me on the show today. It was a pleasure being here with you and everybody in chat today. Thank you.
Absolutely. So everybody go, if you are on Twitch, go follow Mitsu over there. He's a fun follow. I love that background. It's just Mitsu a million times. I didn't even notice that. But
I'm the least professional streamer ever. I don't give a shit.
I love it
Twitch
so
does
much.
up there anyway.
And with the microphone, it's pretty professional though. For the logo, that is a pretty professional logo.
If you look in the middle, by the way, see where it says G Time? Remember how I was telling you about SNSD Girls Generation?
Yeah.
Scroll down a little bit. That was one of my backdrops. Somebody actually photoshopped SNSD Girls Generation right across, and that's Master G on the right hand and left hand sides, as well as Miles Edgeworth in the bottom left. We didn't get a chance to talk about it, but I love Phoenix Wright and Ace Attorney series.
Yes.
You asked about my name. My name, real quick. Mitsu is short for Mitsurugi Reiji, which is the Japanese name of Miles Edgeworth, the prosecuting attorney.
Oh, shit.
That's amazing.
Oh, man, I love Ace Attorney.
I am Miles Edgeworth.
I love it.
Yeah, that's awesome. You know, I was thinking too, because like it seemed like I was thinking something with like Kenshin, like the Hitsu Mitsurugi. Like
I've heard that a lot. Yeah,
like it's that because that's where my brain goes. I didn't know that was the Japanese. That makes all the sense now. Phoenix. So David used to spend his life watching me play video games, except for a few. Phoenix, right? I watched him play, and we had so much fun watching it. Just objection. Just it is buried in my brain, but.
Iggy.
But again, everyone, thank you so much for watching. Go and support Mitsu. Make sure you watch him on Twitch. And when he expands, when you do expand, let us know so that we will tell everybody where else to find you, because you need to expand. And yes, get back into the game, Mitsu. Get back into the game. The game needs you. We need you. You're like AI. The game needs you. You're the answer to the game, baby. All right. Anyway. So we appreciate everyone for watching wherever you watch from. Obviously, Nate and Caveat Ties and Mitsu, go on Criticless. I'm reminding you now.
Yes.
And,
yeah.
Wherever you watch from, we appreciate it. We'll be back next week. It's been 2 hours. I'm ready to get the fuck out of here. Good night, y'all.
Good night.